Hi everyone, today we are recreating a random crochet diagram that I picked off Pinterest. This diagram looks easy enough to follow without the written instructions, and we're going to try to recreate it just by looking at this image. Let's go! So this gorgeous pattern could be used for tops, shawls, and scarves. Just take care to choose the right yarn weight for your project, as it can make a great difference, as you can see here in the samples that I made. In this swatch, I used a lace weight yarn, and it goes so well with this pattern. I can make a scarf, I think, or a shawl with these stitches, and it will look very pretty with this kind of yarn. But if you want to try to make a blanket, a wrap, or a throw, then this bulkier yarn would fit and would be better for those kinds of projects, thicker projects. And the pattern is still gorgeous whether you use a bulky yarn or a lace weight yarn. So I really like this diagram that I found of Pinterest. Well, let's try to do it. Row 1 is composed of your foundation chain and a set of double crochets. So you're going to chain 25 or a multiple of 25 chains. In addition to 25 chains, chain another 4 stitches. So that's a total of 29, but make sure to remember where the 25th chain is, skip 1 stitch, and double crochet on the next stitch. Now you're going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and DC in the next stitch. Repeat this pattern until you reach the end of this row. For row 2, so you're going to turn over your work, chain 1, and make 1 single crochet in that same stitch. And actually in this round, it's all single crochets. So just make 1 single crochet in every stitch in the chain 1 spaces and also on top of those double crochets. When you reach the end of this row, don't forget to make that last single crochet on that third chain of that first DC of the previous row. So that completes the single crochets. And you're going to turn over your work for row 3, and this is the V stitch and single crochet rows. So chain 4 and make 1 double crochet in that same stitch. And you have a V stitch in that same stitch. Now you're going to chain 2 and skip 2 stitches. And make a single crochet on that next stitch. So hint, it should fall on top of a chain 1 space and not on top of a double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and this time make another V stitch, and V stitch is actually 2 double crochets with 2 chains in between. So that's the first double crochet. Now you have to chain 2 and make another double crochet on that same space, and that makes your V stitch. And hint, it should fall on top of a double crochet, not on a chain 1 space like the single crochet. Do that until the end of this row. Remember that you have to end with a V stitch to mirror the start of this row. For row 4, turn over your work and chain 3. And you're going to do a mini puff stitch. Okay, we call it mini because you're not gonna do the full 5 yarn overs, just 2 for this start. So that's 1, and this is another yarn over. That's 2. And you're going to close this stitch. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all those loops and always close with a stitch to complete your puff stitch. Now you're going to chain 1 and do another one, but this time yarn over 3 times. So that's 1. This is the second one. And one more. And now you're gonna have to yarn over and pull through all those loops. You can do it carefully, and don't forget to close that puff stitch with a single yarn over chain. So now you have 2 puff stitches at the start of that V stitch, the first V stitch. So I chained 1, and you're now going to do another puff stitch in the V stitch, the next V stitch. Okay, this time you have to do 3 yarn overs. That's the second one, and this is the third one. Okay, you're gonna have to yarn over and pull through all those loops, close that with a single stitch, and you're gonna be doing that 2 more times. So you have a total of 3 puff stitches in that V stitch. So it's gonna look like this, 3 puff stitches in a single V stitch. Turn over your work, chain 4, and this is actually a repeat of row 1 where we make the double crochets. So just double crochet on top of every puff stitch, but don't forget to chain 1 so that there's a chain 1 space in between those double crochets. You're gonna do this until the end of this row. That completes the double crochet row. And now you're going to turn over your work and you're going to repeat row 2, which is the row with single crochets. So just single crochet on every stitch on top of every double crochet and chain 1 space. So as usual, when you reach the end of this row, don't skip that last single crochet on top of the 3rd chain of that first double crochet from the previous row. And that completes the single crochet row, which is actually the same with row 2. Alright, so this time you're just gonna have to repeat the pattern. So check the diagram again. You're just gonna have to repeat the V-stitch row, the puff stitch row, and also the double crochet rows. So until you reach your desired length for your project. So as I mentioned earlier, you can use this pattern for tops, for shawls, for scarves, for throws or wraps. It's up to you. You can even use it for blankets. Just remember to choose the correct kind of yarn weight for your specific project because it actually makes a big difference. As you can see from the samples I made here, the swatches I made, the first one I used a lace weight yarn, and I think that's the one that's the best for shawls and scarves. And this thicker yarn, the bulkier yarn, could be great for blankets or wraps or throw maybe. Okay, so just choose the right kind of yarn and also the right kind of hook for your intended projects. But in general, we succeeded, we did it. We were able to recreate this pattern that we found or diagram that we found from Pinterest. And I think we're gonna be doing this kind of crochet tutorials from now on. So we're just gonna pick some random crochet diagram from Pinterest and make a video tutorial for it. Did you like this video or did you find it helpful? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so I can make more videos like this. Happy crocheting!